Hello and welcome back to the U-Man channel. My name is Oliver, and because I'm a clumsy idiot, today I'm going to do a review on a couple of iPad cases I had to buy after I broke my old iPad. Hopefully it'll save you guys some of the same pain. These are the two cases I bought for my iPad Pro 11-inch, which is a 2018 model. I originally ordered the blue UAG Metropolis case online, but the delivery got delayed because of the weather. I didn't want to break my new iPad, so I went to Best Buy and bought a Targus Pro Tek case because I just didn't want to take any chances of it breaking before the other one got here. Unfortunately, the only color they had at the store was red. Since I now have them both, I figured I'd go over some of the pros and cons I found with each. First, let's look at the UAG Metropolis. This is a $60 case. It feels like very nice material when you hold it, and it's very lightweight and slim. The cover also has an auto-wake sleep feature built into the cover, so it turns the iPad off when you shut it and it turns it on when you open it. It's a nice soft material on the side that touches the screen, and the cover can be used as a stand. The open side construction gives you easy access to the volume and power buttons, and I guess it's compatible with the Apple Pencil, which it has a little holder for on the side. Second, we have the Targus Pro Tek. This is a $45 case, and it feels a little more robust, and it may offer a little better protection if you're using it in a rougher environment. The Targus cover allows you to swivel it so you can stand the iPad up at either portrait or landscape orientation. It also surrounds the entire outside of the iPad with plastic, but this does make pushing the power and volume buttons a little more difficult. The corners and screen cover on the Targus seem to be thicker and possibly offer a little more drop protection. I noticed that the sound quality of the iPad and the Targus is better as well, and found that they mold it so that it directs the sound forward as opposed to just going straight out the sides. After playing around with both of these for the last couple days, I don't think either of them would be really particularly good at holding the pencils if that's what you were looking for. But the open side on the UAG is supposed to let you be able to just drop that pencil in there and hook it up so you can charge it. The reviews I saw on the Targus said that because the plastic is so thick here that you have to take the side, peel this back in order for that pencil to get a good connection and be able to charge. But I really don't care because I don't plan on getting one of those pencils. I think for me, the advantage is having this full plastic surrounding the entire case, because I like to take this thing out in the shop when we're doing projects, and that way if we need a little hand trying to figure out how to do something, I could just go pull up a video and figure it out right on the spot. That allows for the chance that you may be in a situation where this thing could get bumped around or knocked around by some tools. So I think the protection that it's getting by having that full plastic surround, for me, is going to be the better way to go. The biggest complaint that I have about the UAG is that this magnet on the flap here is very weak. I mean, it barely holds on. So I don't know if I would trust this thing to be thrown in a backpack and keep that cover in place. Because if that cover gets out of place, it could cause the screen to get exposed and possibly get scratched. So I'm really not happy with the strength of the magnet on this thing. Second complaint would be that I really wish this thing would be able to swivel so that you can stand it up in the vertical or the horizontal positions. That would make it a lot more convenient in certain applications. And finally, did I mention that this magnet is really, really weak? The biggest complaint I have about the Targus unit is that I really wish that the cover had that sleep-wake feature built into it. It's a little magnet that goes into here, which when the cover gets shut, tells the iPad to shut off, or when it gets open to turn it on. It's a nice convenience item, not any kind of a make or break in the decision process, but it would be nice to have it. The other thing is that the plastic on these outside corners here, it doesn't feel as high a quality as the UAG unit does. They're nice and thick, but it just doesn't quite feel as good of a quality. The outer shell is a nice nylon, so I really have no complaints about that. And another complaint, which isn't Targus's fault, is that Best Buy didn't have this thing in blue or black. I would have much preferred that, because I don't think the red is going to hold up real well over time. It'll probably show a lot of dirt. If you're looking for a case that's going to be good for protecting your iPad around the house, or if you're running between work and home or going to see customers, if you want something with a little bit of a higher end feel, I'm going to say I would probably recommend that you go with the UAG. But if you are going to have your iPad in an environment where it might get bumped around a little bit and needs that little bit of extra protection that the full frame gives it, I'm going to recommend that you probably want to go with the Targus unit. They're both very nice units, both very good. Happy with both of them, but they both have their place, and I think the Targus would be more appropriate in a harsher environment than the UAG. But if you want something that's going to look good and feel nice, then you probably want to go with the UAG, because that's going to be a lower profile unit and have a better feel to it. So I hope this helps you guys out in selecting your next case for your iPad so you don't run into that problem I did. Before we wrap it up here tonight, I just want to make a toast and give a shout out to my brothers over at theRsyndicate.com. That would be John at The Prepared Mind channel, and Vaughn over at Backcountry Preps and Arizona Unplugged, as well as Kaz over at Fourth Dimension. theRsyndicate.com is a website we started developing in face of the censorship and blocking of content providers on YouTube. If you go there, you'll see a directory of almost 400 prepper, homesteading, survival, self-help channels, and alternative news sites, and all of the platforms that they publish on. So if your favorite creator gets blocked off of YouTube, you'll have one place to go to find out where else you can find them. If there are any creators you don't see on the site, please let us know. Drop me a line and I'll be happy to add them. There's no charge for using the site or having a general listing added. So, cheers to everyone out there. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you soon.